nha. All right, so last week we have homework. As I remember that we have homework, so let's do the homework first, and then we will start our lesson today of the unit 9 later. All right, thì mình bắt đầu ha, nhóm 1. Nhóm 1 mình ready chưa? Nhóm 1 mấy bạn đã vào hết chưa? Có Hoài An vô rồi nè. Mỹ Anh nè.
Tuyết Như nữa cô, nhóm 1 có thêm bạn Tuyết Như nữa.
Đó, sao em?
Dạ nhóm 1 tụi em có thêm bạn Tuyết Như nữa cô.
Có thêm bạn Tuyết Như. Rồi. Ok, so mình có thể bắt đầu thuyết trình được không? Mấy bạn có soạn bài gửi cho cô mà đúng không ha? Cô có nhắc là mình gửi cái file Word đó.
Dạ, cái đó để lát em gửi sau được không cô?
Ok em. Dạ. Rồi, mình bắt đầu thuyết trình đi ha.
So, hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today we are going to talk about how technology change in daily life. Now we are in technology revolution 4.0. Therefore, technology divides more and more, changing the way we live than before. To make it clear, we will give you some ideas for you to understand more. Mian, can you help me?
Okay. Before developing technology, we noticed there are two sides, positive and negative. Positively, when technology had not appeared previously, people interacted with each other face-to-face more directly and closely. The children hardly depended on technology, so they spend a lot of time playing traditional games and reading various types of stories. Negatively, in the previous period, when people wanted to contact family and friends, just maybe write letters or meet face-to-face, the students only could approach new knowledge through books and news or adults. Please. Tích Như, please.
Yes. I think changing technology has had offline a lot of benefits, such as the ability to access the internet anytime, anywhere, processing information accurately and quickly. Technology helps people find jobs and work more efficiently, improve the national economy, reduce depression and raise awareness.
Besides the benefit of technology in life, it also has bad effect on people. Technology can be effective and reduce people's ability to communicate. Excessive use of technology.
Xin lỗi Lan ơi, Lan ơi, em nói lại cái mic hình như nó bị rè hay là sao cô không nghe được. Hay là ở phía background có cái tiếng gì á mà nó có nghe.
Dạ, bên em không có bị tiếng ồn đó cô.
Vậy hả? Không biết bị gì. Em nói lại, cô không nghe được cái phút Lan nói.
Dạ. Dạ, em continue dạ. Yeah. Besides the benefit of technology in life, it also has a bad effect on people. Technology can be addictive and reduce people's ability to communicate. Excessive use of technology device can lead to serious health problems such as vision damage, increased anxiety, and even depression. For example, seven harmful effects of smartphones and laptop on human life. First, using technology and computer device called spinal degeneration. Number two is excessive use of technology device damage eyesight. Three, insomnia. Four, can be addictive. Five, make people lazy. Six, harm to mental health. And final, make people more passive.
In conclusion, we just make everyone to clear that either way technology changing our life. So we must accept it and use it wisely. And thank you for listening to our presentation.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Well done. It's very clear. So please send me your Word file later. Next one, nhóm 2. Nhóm 2, mình có thể trình bày được chưa?
Dạ. Dạ có tụi em thôi.
Ừ. Mình thuyết trình nha.
Yeah. Yeah, là over the years, technology has revolutionized the world and changed our life. Modern technology has paved the way for multifunctional devices like smartwatch and the smartphone. Computers are increasingly faster, more portable, and higher powers than ever before. With all of these, the revolution technology has also made our life easier, faster, better, and more fun. In today's presentation, we will show everyone how technology has changed our everyday lives. So Miss Hip, please.
Okay, I think that's one of the best way technology has changed our lives in keeping us safer. Through technologies, we are living longer than ever before. While there have been countless technologies advanced in hospital and medicine, there are also new technologies we can use at home. Just like the invention of the camera, we can monitor our home from afar, whether there are intruder, damage, or trouble in our absence. That wasn't possible before. And next, the invention of the mobile phone, it enabled us to receive important alerts and notice from the government, such as storm warning or other bad emergencies immediately. And when we have another trouble, we can call for the police or the hospital quickly. I think is the way technology changed our life. And next, I will invite Mr. Bảo. Mr. Bảo.
Okay, I'm here. And so technology also changed education. Technologies had impacted almost every aspect of life today, and education is no exception. I'm gonna give you two examples of how technology has changed education. First, the COVID-19 pandemic is quickly demonstrating why only online education should be a vital part of teaching and learning. And by integrating technology into existing curricula, as opposed to using it solely as a crisis management tool. And teachers can harness online learning as a powerful educational tool. Through this, students and teachers do not have to be in the same room to interact anymore. Using program and software like Google and Google Meet and Zoom app, they can meet and have class online. Students can now attend class at the comfort of their home or any place with an internet connection. And with the second is with an internet connection, we have access to information at our fingertips 24 hours a day. We can find almost anything online. For students, this means access to everything from research, material and educational apps to interactive edutainment and open results from universities around the world. Yes, it's next to Miss Chang, right? Please.
Thank you, các bạn. The advancement of technology has made our communication faster and more convenient. In the past, writing a letter, sending fax, or finding a wire telephone were the best way to communicate remotely with someone. To connect with someone in society today, you have many more efficient options at your fingertips. You can send them all kind of messages, make video call, send document, photo through social networking platforms like Facebook, Yellow, Instagram. Along with the development of social networking platforms, the advancement and the variety of technology device such as a smartphone, tablet, we can still instant access to most people without having to wait for a letter to be stamped to travel minute and minute. That's all, and I invite you.
Thank you, Ms. Grant. Technology has changed how we can pay bills and transfer money. Technology can be a positive impact on managing finance and transfer money. Financial service banking can provide us users with high utilities that can be able to nightly manage private finance by establishing quota on advanced individual account. Banking can help users achieve spending targets monthly. Apps like Momo and PayPal are created based on platforms where people can send and receive money from anyone. Using on the internet banking registration. Besides, we can efficiently use online purchase through immediate payment service. For example, Shopee recommends their customers for cashback promotion when they agree to pay by Shopee Pay. Thank you.
Technology has changed our lives so much, and technology has proven to us its influence on our daily lives, and there is no denying that the future of technology will continue to revolution our life, transform our life with the unthinkable. The presentation is over. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Please send me the Word file later. Okay, next one, group 3.
Hi everyone. We are going to talk about how technology has changed our everyday lives. Through the years, technology has revolutionized our world and our everyday lives. Modern technology provides us with extraordinary resources. How did it change?
Testing technology help me to know and learn useful knowledge. It helps me learn English better through YouTube and Facebook. The second is it help me understand more about the people and culture of your country. It helped me relax, and it show help me find a lot of result to add for help with my study. Continue, Vũ Hồng.
I think that technology help connect easily and closer together. Technology help exchanges work with partners, customers from many countries just need smartphones or laptop. Not only save time, closes the gap, but also easily handle important issues quickly. And technology help connect with friends and relatives, even though they are thousands of kilometers apart. And technology also help actively learning, building a solid knowledge base. In fact, Vũ Hồng.
The relationship between people and people becomes more close. People depend on technology. Family live in effect, loving friends and family. Đoán.
There are still to be more revolutionary products that continue to change our lives. Technology brought many potential for us. It has changed the way we live in a variety of other ways. These are just a few of the basic ways that technology influences and changes our world. That's all. Thanks for listening.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Please be careful with the pronunciation. Okay, next group. Nhóm 4.
Cô hiện tại mới chỉ có một mình em thôi, thành ra là cái phần
Nhóm
chuẩn bị thì em nói được cái phần của em chuẩn bị thôi, còn các bạn khác thì em không có thông tin.
Ok, nhóm 4 là Yến Như hả? Yến Như. Hôm nay là có Yến Như.
Không tâm nghĩ.
Sao em nói lại đi, cô không nghe rõ.
Thế là nhóm của em có 4 bạn, nhưng mà thì có bạn nghỉ với lại các bạn vô trễ. Mà nhóm em thì chia ra thì em chỉ nói được cái phần của em thôi, còn cái phần của các bạn khác em không có thông tin để mà hoàn thành như một cái bài được.
Ok, nhóm của em là có ai không đi học không em?
Anh Tâm với lại bạn Phượng thì vào trễ.
Bạn
Hình như
Tâm
là
hả?
chưa về.
Tâm.
Dạ đúng rồi.
Từ từ đợi một xíu nha. Bạn Thanh Tâm đúng không em?
Dạ đúng rồi.
Rồi. Bích, bạn Phượng vào trễ hả em? Còn bạn nào nữa không ta? Nhóm mình có rồi đúng không? Ok. Là chỉ có nhóm em chỉ có 2 người làm thôi đúng không? Yến Như với lại Bích Phượng thôi phải không? Hoàng
Dạ
Luân
mà không biết chưa có
bữa nay
vào
nghỉ
á,
đúng
thành
không?
ra là
Hoàng Luân bữa nay nghỉ đúng không?
em không rõ.
Nếu mà em có thấy vậy. Ok. Em có muốn đợi bạn còn lại vô rồi thuyết trình luôn không? Bạn Phượng. Quan trọng.
Giờ nếu được thì em đợi cũng được.
Ok vậy thôi để một hồi nữa nhóm em với bạn Phượng trình bày đi ha. Mình qua nhóm 5 ha.
Dạ cảm ơn cô.
Nhóm 5.
Dạ, dạ rồi. Em xin bắt đầu nha cô. Hello everyone, my name is Wei. I'm a representative of Group 5, and today I want to talk about a topic how to raise happy, productive children. In my opinion, start teaching your child self-discipline and at an early age. At the same time, teach them not to surround themselves with too many temptations. Few ways you might assist them in doing this could include put a basket in the kitchen for smartphones. Tell your child to put them smartphone in the basket when they are doing homework, so them are not tempted to surf the internet when they are supposed to be doing her work, doing the work. Some children really like junk food, candy, but when you eat more, your health will be not good. If you keep some sweet treat in the house, make them more difficult to access by putting them on high shelf or placing them in the back of the pantry outside. And we move to Miss Ha.
I will start my part. To raise happy and productive children, in my opinion, I think that parents will have to give them some simple activity that stimulate their imaginations. Children are the most curious being, and they are really eager to learn some new things day by day. For example, parents should let their children playing outside more often and spending their time with the children in artistic activities like drawing, painting the decorative statues, or simple as decorating papers with stickers. This will help the children be more productive in the future as they keep learning more, and it will develop into a good useful skills. Participating with the children in the activity to stimulate their productive, and it will also giving the children a lot of happiness and bonding in the family. That is my opinion, and I will move to Miss Uying.
In my opinion, how to raise a happy or productive children is to let them practice decision making. As parents, we want to protect our children, but controlling parenting can damage a child development. So making sound decision require practice, which can only come from experience. So we have to give children choices over non-safety and health-related things, so they can start learning how to choose. Like let them choose what they like, let them choose what toy they want to play, etc. So instead forcing them to follow your advice, guide them. However, if we can still want to do it their way,
let them experience it. Because experience is the most efficient way to learn and make good decisions. So if kids are not allowed to make their own decision, they will lose motivation, and a child's ability to self-motivate to learn and achieve relies on having an autonomy to choose. So next is Hank part, but today he is absent, so I will talk about his opinion. So in Hank's point of view, is how to raise productive children is to adapt sleep, exercise, and healthy diet are important for everyone's health, especially children. So give them plenty of space to release their energy so they can do things they enjoy, like kicking their feet, crawling toward their favorite toy, and play in the park. This activity will help guide your baby to good mood. So you should also pay attention to your baby mood toward the specific food and dishes. Some parents find that while sugar can give the child energy boost, it also can make the children fussy. So we have to be careful about the food allergy and sensitive. So we will have to be careful about the certain food your child eat, and that is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Nhóm mình tí nữa gửi bài cho cô nếu mà bạn nào mà trong nhóm hôm nay bạn nào không có đi học, không có đi thuyết trình được mà có gửi bài thì mọi người note lại là not present hôm nay nha. Cô biết là
dạ rồi.
Bạn vắng, nhưng mà đoạn nào của bạn thì vẫn để tên của bạn ha. Còn nhóm nào mà các bạn không có bấm góp gì luôn á thì cứ ghi đầy đủ tên của các bạn ở trong nhóm, trong cái file Word luôn, thì ghi là not present, rồi xong rồi ở dưới cái đoạn văn không có tên của cái bạn đó thì cô tự hiểu là cái bạn đó sẽ không có viết bài và cũng không có mặt để thuyết trình ha. Ok. Rồi nhóm tiếp theo, nhóm 6. Next one, group 6. Nhóm 6 của mình có ai đây? Kim Trân, anh Tuấn không có đi học. Ngọc Lan cũng không đi học luôn. Rồi với cái nhóm 6 này hình như không ai đi luôn. Ok.
Dạ có cô ơi.
Ai vậy? Tuấn hay em?
Anh Tuấn.
Lúc nãy cô Hồng điện lên em, nói vô hả em?
Dạ em vô nãy rồi mà tại em vô trễ chút xíu.
Ok em. Rồi nhóm em hôm nay có em Nguyễn Hoàng, anh Tuấn đúng không em?
Dạ.
Với lại ai nữa? Phan Nguyễn Đăng Khoa. Tuấn, nhóm em có thuyết trình được không? Bữa nay có ai đi học hay không đi học?
Dạ có. Dạ có một chị là đang trên đường về á. Cô có thể đợi không? Được. Chạy nhóm em thuyết trình sao rồi?
Ok em, vậy là nhóm 4 với nhóm 6. Em nhóm 6 đúng không? Nhóm 6.
Dạ.
Sao ha? Rồi, nhóm 7 đi. Nhóm 7.
Yeah. So our topic is how to learn a new language, how to memorize a new language. So we will start our presentation. In this age of globalization, more than ever, the need to communicate knowledge and culture is essential, and thus the need to learn a language, since it is the gift particular to the human race, with which we make ourselves understood, is also essential. Therefore, the learning of language has become one of the greatest concerns for both educators and learners. So in this little presentation, we aim to introduce you to 3 methods: general for learning a language, any languages, which we've synthesized based on scientific research. So Yuan will lead you through the first method.
Yeah, the first use to sound of the language. How to learn the first language. Identify the language you need to hear and hear a lot about them. For example, listening to a song or listening to the news. Sound recognition facilitates pronunciation. After we have had a lot, we should practice pronunciation similar to that language. The children who are taught by listening first and will learn to speak the same. Next, Mr. Tuấn will talk about the second method.
Hello everyone, I'm Tuấn. I will tell you the second way to learn a new language is memorize words through medium you love. First, memorize lyrics to original song in a foreign language. If you prefer to learn song from the country of the language you are trying to learn, it will definitely help you understand idiom, collo- colloquialism, and pop culture. They will not, however, be quite as easy to translate. Second, remember vocabulary with TV show and cartoon. Watching TV show and movie in foreign language can help learner remember vocabulary because the character often repeat the vocabulary over and over. For example, you can watch the Dragon Z in a bunch of different languages on YouTube and Netflix. The basic word as a family, mom, dad, eat, sleep, and so on will be repeated consecutively in a context. Next, Mr. Hui will talk about the third method.
Okay, so one of the methods to have memories language is the power of repetition. And first, repetition turns short-term memories into long-term memories. When you repeat a new word over and over, the memory of that word is kept in your memories. When you start to repeat it for a while, the memories become too short term. So repetition is an important role in language learning. The second, repetition makes skill less skill. Repetitions also have you increase your word reflex skill. Helping you to communication more in a conversation. We will often to be more interesting in someone who has like a stick rebuff with us than someone who is no reflex. And there are many other language memories, but it's only mentioned to typical method. And that's all.
And so in conclusion, Methods are many, and indeed, each learner should go on experimenting to find out the one for them. However, we suppose in learning anything, consistency and resilience are the ultimate keys. It's better to learn a little every day rather than getting so motivated for one day and then leave the materials unattended days after that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next group, group 8. Nhóm 8 ha. Nhóm 8 mình có mặt ở đây không mọi người?
Cô ơi, nhóm 8 bị rã rồi cô, tại vì có chị không có ấy á cô.
Rồi, tôi nhớ rồi. Vậy nhóm 9. Nhóm
The first strategy for remembering what you are studying is called spaced repetition. In memorizing a word, repeat that word continuously and try to make simple sentences or questions with it, or put it in context. Try not to learn many words in one day. Instead of learning 10 new words a day, you just need to learn 2 words for 5 minutes, and then you repeat it a few hours later, then the day, then a few days, then the week, or many, I might say, noting down the words in the diary and keeping the diary always oneself. For example, in a bookcase, then anytime if people memorize the word, they can use it in their routine. Another example, you learn a word today, you then revise that word tomorrow. Next time you revise it is after a week, and then you only revise it after 3 more weeks. Like I said, spaced repetition is a study technique that will make the most impact on your vocabulary retention. However, in addition to that, I definitely recommend that you do lots of reading, listening, and speaking practice to make sure you're constantly using, reading, or listening to the words that make up the language you're learning. Okay, and next, Miss Hanchuk will introduce the second method, please.
The second successful strategy for remembering a new language is conversations with native speakers. Obviously, the best way to learn a new language is to speak it. Talking to a local will help you feel more motivated to learn that language than just staring at a book or computer screen. Find a friend or colleague who speak the language you want to learn, and they will be to sit with you to have your rustic awares. Or you can log onto social media to find someone who can help you learn or exchange language. If you can't find people around, try connecting with someone on Skype. People in a foreign country will usually be willing to spend half an hour speaking their language so that they can speak with you for another half hour in yours. The next, I invite Miss Han.
Thank me, Trúc. The third strategy to memorize new words of a new language is called shadowing. Shadowing refers to repeating audio just after you hear it. You're acting like an echo or a shadow. You listen to the words and then say them back close. Remember that you're not listening to the audio, stopping it, and then repeating it. You're repeating it as you're listening. Shadowing helps you practice the pronunciations of individual words and phrases. Once you pronounce the words correctly, you can better memorize it. Miss Ngang, please.
Yeah. The first strategy to memorize a new language is called Utilize the medium you love. By using or combining the mediums that you already love and don't mind revisiting daily. Our top two are music and TV. Music is a great first step to memorizations because you can start without understanding a single word and still be inspired by the melodies. Song can help with memorizations because songs are often familiar. They incite emotions. They are repetitive. And the next persons Mr. Vinh.
Yes. The fifth strategy to study a new language is by teaching. Teaching is the most effective strategy to study or memorize a new language. According to the National Training Laboratory Institute for Applied Behavioral Science in the US, people will remember 90% of what they taught other people. When you teach someone else, you will work harder to understand the material, recall them more accurately, and apply them more effectively. I also apply this strategy to learn Japanese, and it really worked. And the next one is Mr. Hua.
Okay, thank you for your sharing. Very interesting. Bây giờ mình quay trở lại nhóm 4 với nhóm 6 ha. Bạn nhóm nào chuẩn bị đủ thành viên rồi mình có thể thuyết trình được không ha? Nhóm 4 mình đã đủ bạn chưa?
Chưa cô.
Ok. Rồi. Nhóm 6.
Dạ em nghe cô ơi.
Rồi nhóm 6 mình thuyết trình được chưa ta?
Dạ. Nhóm em sẽ có thiếu một người. Bạn Trân nãy có nhắn xin phép lớp là hôm nay bạn vắng đó cô.
Mình thuyết trình ha.
Dạ. All right. Today we have an interesting topic to discuss today. So this is how to raise a happy and productive children. So I think that the most important thing to discuss this one, it is we have to show how the children can be happy and how they can do everything in the right way, because the children usually doesn't know how to resolve when they get some trouble or stuck in something. So that's the reason why we have to show them the ideas. And anyways, the parents or the families, we can help them to feel comfortable when they do something they really like. I mean, we need to make them feel more happy when they want to do something. And another one, the children does usually use the technologies and the smartphone all the times, and so we should ask them raise more time to hang out with their friends, and then they will be more active and more productive. Okay, so that's my ideas. So Tuấn, can you show me your ideas about these topics?
If you ask me, I think we should teach our children the right manners so that people will love them. It will help them it will help their life more more happy, and they will have more friends if we teach them how to behave for another people. This is my idea.
All right. So you mean you want to talk about how the children react with the environment and another people, right?
Right. Yes, it's my idea.
Okay. And I have another idea. So we should let the kids feel free to explore the world, to have a more life experience and more life skill. Okay, that's our topic. Yeah, thanks for attention.
Thank you. Nhóm 4 được rồi chưa ha?
Chắc là em sẽ làm một mình luôn cô.
Ok em.
Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today, Group 4 will talk about how to raise happy, productive children. There's nothing like watching your kids grow up to be principled human beings living up to their potential. It's a parent responsibility to raise kids who have strong morals and who will be productive members of society. Here are some ways to help the children become the happy children. In my opinion, the first way is teaching children to say thank you. To raise happy children, parents must be the one who know how to express gratitude and thanks to others. The children will see and learn these things from their parents. Be a part of your children. The second way I think is be a part of your children's life. Be available and involved. Spend quality time with children. When kids are ready to talk, the parents be ready to listen. And the third, I think, is pay more attention and bond with children. Parents need to spend more time with their children outside of working hours, talk with them more, not only react more with their children, but also teach them new words and ways of speaking. Last but not least is practice good habit with your child. Parents should practice healthy living habit with their children from the basics such as eating on time, sleeping on time, drinking lots of water, eating lots of vegetable and fruit, even preparing a nutritious meal together with their children. When having a healthy lifestyle and maintain it from childhood to adulthood, your, the child will have a good body, healthy mind, and happy every day. That is some ideas from our book to raise productive children. Thank you for your pay attention.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you all the groups that have present your presentation. Mọi người nhớ gửi cho cô cái bài firework qua group nha. Ở trong firework thì hôm nay ai thuyết trình thì nhớ để tên người thuyết trình, ai không thuyết trình thì cũng để tên người đó, nhưng mà nốt kế bên là không có hiện diện hôm nay với cô ha. Trong bài viết của mình thì ai viết phút nào thì cũng để tên của người đó ở phút đó ha. All right, so let's start our lesson today, Unit 9. All right, Unit 9, Protecting Our Ocean. Please open the book on page 97. We will get through the target words of today together. Let me share with you the screen. Right, the first word, annual. What does it mean? Annual. Right now. What does it mean? Annual.
Can I?
Yes.
Annual is adjective occurring once every years.
Yes. Thank you. Next one, consist. Consist. What does it mean? Consist. Now. One. Consist.
Consist verb. Be composed or made up of.
Yeah. Right, so consist verb, consist, we have a phrasal verb with it, consist in something and consist of someone or something. Contribute. What does it mean?
Can I?
Yes, please.
Contribute is a verb. To give something, especially money or goods, to help achieve or provide something.
Okay, thank you. Decade. Decade.
I decade and email period of 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, decline, decline, decline. Anyone, what does it mean, decline?
Cry for typical of something related a good becomes smaller.
Okay. I have two meaning verb to become smaller, fewer, weaker, or to refuse politely, to accept, or to do something. Right, next one, distribute. Distribute.
It should be able to give or deliver to people.
Okay, distribute. Foundation. 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 What does it mean? Anyone? Foundation. Anyone? Foundation.
Foundation email usually stored on concrete structures for a building from a minute.
Okay, foundation. It's a noun. Have like the first meaning. It's like principle, an idea or fact that something is based on and that grows from. Second is an organization is established to provide money for a particular purpose. The next one, maximize. Maximize.
Maximize is make as or possible.
Maximize, a verb to increase something as much as possible to make the best use of something. Minimal. Minimal. Minimal right now. What does it mean, minimal?
Of a minimum amount.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Last one, project. Project. This word is very common, right? Everyone should know it already. What is project? What does it mean?
Project now. and develop of corporate enterprise that is carefully planned to achieve particular aim.
Thank you. All right. So we will move to next page, 98. We have a table of word form chart for words, decade, decline, foundation, and project or projection. Please look at the table and then do the exercise A. We will correct the exercise A in a few minutes. All right, can we correct the exercise A together? Who can do the second plank? So please read from the beginning until the ice is decreasing.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Over the last few decades, our climate has been changing. In effect, the world is becoming warmer. Some plants and animals will continue to do well, but the others will not. For example, the numbers of polar bears is declining as the ice is decreasing.
Yes, correct. Declining. All right, next one, number 3.
When the ice melts, the bear have to swim longer and longer distances to find food. Many organizations are trying to help the polar bear. The World Wildlife Fund is one foundation that tries to save animals that are in danger.
Thank you. Correct. Foundation. Next one, number 4. Anyone, number 4? Number 4, right now, the last one.
And
Yes, please.
yeah, does it project that people can stop explanation.
Okay, number 4 is projects. Right. Thank you. All right, we're moving to the exercise B. Cross out the word that has a different meaning from the others. Use your dictionary to help you check your answer with a partner. All right, so we will do this fast. Okay, let's do this together. Number 2. Which word should we cross out? Which one has a different meaning?
Can I please?
Yes.
Project.
Yes, correct. Project. Number 3. Number 3. Anyone? Number 3. Which one has a different meanings from the others?
Number 3 is scientist.
Yes, scientist. Correct. Thank you. Number 4. Anyone? Number 4. Number 4, which word should we cross out?
Is it foundation?
Yes, correct. It's foundation. Number 5.
Decline.
Yes, decline. Number 6.
Oceans.
Ocean.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. All right, we move to the next page. Let's do the exercise C. Some words have multiple meanings. For the target word below, match the dictionary definition on the left with the example sentences on the right. So we will match the example sentence with the different meaning of the word foundation. So here we see that foundation has 5 different meanings. I give you some minutes to do this exercise and you correct it. Please also do the exercise for the project just below the foundation. All right, let's correct the exercise together. The second meanings of probation. A principle, idea, or fact that something is based on. So which is the correct example? Number 2.
I think D.
Sorry, number 2?
Number 2, I think D.
Is that correct? Number 2 is A. Yes, correct. Number 3, an organization that provides money for a certain purpose.
C. B.
Yes, B. Sorry, what? What is the answer? Again? Number 3 is?
E. The foundation.
It's E. It's E. Number 4, the act of starting a new institutions or organization. Number 4?
Number 4D.
Yes, number 4D, correct. Number 5, a skin color cream that is used on the face, usually under all the makeup.
C.
Yes, correct, C. Okay, so we move to the next one is project. So project can be both a noun and a verb with multiple meanings. When it's a noun, the stress is on the first syllable. Project. We are working on group project in class today. When this is a verb, the stress is on the second syllable. Project. We really need to project your voice in that lecture hall or the students won't hear you. All right. So we move to the exercise about the definitions of project or project. Right. Number 2, a piece of work involving careful study by students.
D.
D is not a correct answer.
C.
C is not correct. C is already number 1. So
I think C.
yes, correct. Number 2 is B. Number 3, to estimate size, cost, or amount of something in the future based on the present.
A.
Yes, A. So here is a verb, right? The meaning and the form should be verb. Number 4, to make light or an image fall on a flat surface like a stream. Number 4.
Number 4D.
D, yes, correct, perfect. Number 5, and here in number 4 is also verb form. Okay, so number 5, to stick out from an edge or surface. Number 5?
Number 5E.
Yes, correct, E. Right. Moving to the next page, 100, about the topic. With climate change, the oceans are getting warmer. The changing temperature affects many of the plants and animals that live in the ocean. Some kinds of plants and animals grow too rapidly in the warmer water while others begin to die. All right, so we will watch a news report about declining coral reefs and how people are trying to help regrow the coral. Rồi, bây giờ mình sẽ nghe bài nghe ha. Mình sẽ share cho mọi người.
A new report this week says climate change could damage 70% of the world's coral by the year 2030. It's a problem here in Florida. So we sent Elaine Quijano to meet a man who has pieced together a way to save the reefs.
Marine biologist Ken Niedermeyer sounds like a proud parent when he talks about coral, the tiny organisms living on limestone that he's growing off the coast of Florida.
Especially when they start getting big and they're spawning and there's fish living inside them. I get real excited. I think that's great. I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 5 more years.
Over the last decade, Niedermeyer and a small team have developed new techniques to grow and replace coral damaged by environmental changes. We dove 30 feet below the surface with him to see how he does it.
Are these doing better than you thought they would when you first started the project?
They're doing a lot better than I thought they would. If you look down there, all those have been in the last 2 years. There's a lot of coral there.
When you look at this, what do you see?
I see hope.
Because of disease, pollution, and warming ocean temperatures, coral coverage in Florida has decreased from about 50% 30 years ago to 7% today.
What happens if the reefs die off here?
The tourism collapses, the whole economy of the Florida Keys changes and the whole ecosystem just degrades.
Niedermeyer's solution is to remove pieces from healthy coral.
So every 6 months we cut the ends off and plant them down there.
Then, using a waterproof adhesive, he mounts them onto concrete slabs or hooks, where they grow until they are ready for transplant.
We're starting to transplant elkhorn coral out to the reef, which is a real exciting coral. There's no other coral like it in the world. Elkhorn coral forms these huge, massive barrier reefs on the outside, and they like waves smashing on them. And so if we don't have them taking the brunt of those waves, then your beachfront house is going to take the brunt of those waves.
Niedermeyer recently received permission from the government to plant 50,000 pieces of coral on protected reefs in the Florida Keys. But he needs money to do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private donations. He only has enough money to keep operations running through January.
I'm not ready to quit. We have a lot to do, and we're confident that we'll find, some way, somehow to make it happen.
Niedermeyer plans to go global, restoring not only Florida's lost coral, but saving coral around the world, a small piece at a time.
All right, so we will watch again, but before that, please look at the question in the exercise. For main ideas, we have 5 questions. Look at the question first, so you have the idea where to listen to. It's quite a long video, right? So we watch one more time.
A new report this week says climate change could damage 70% of the world's coral by the year 2030. It's a problem here in Florida. So we sent Elaine Quijano to meet a man who has pieced together a way to save the reefs.
Marine biologist Ken Niedermeyer sounds like a proud parent when he talks about coral, the tiny organisms living on limestone that he's growing off the coast of Florida.
Especially when they start getting big and they're spawning and there's fish living inside them. I get real excited. I think that's great. I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 5 more years.
Over the last decade, Niedermeyer and a small team have developed new techniques to grow and replace coral damaged by environmental changes. We dove 30 feet below the surface with him to see how he does it.
I think it's doing better than you thought they would when you first started the project.
They're doing a lot better than I thought they would. If you look down there, all those have been in the last 2 years. There's a lot of coral there.
When you look at this, what do you see?
I see hope.
Because of disease, pollution, and warming ocean temperatures, coral coverage in Florida has decreased from about 50% 30 years ago to 7% today.
What happens if the reefs die off here?
The tourism collapses, the whole economy of the Florida Keys changes, and the whole ecosystem just degrades.
Niedermeyer's solution is to remove pieces from healthy coral.
So every 6 months we cut the ends off and plant them down there.
Then, using a waterproof adhesive, he mounts them onto concrete slabs or hooks, where they grow until they are ready for transplant.
We're starting to transplant elkhorn coral out to the reef, which is a real exciting coral. There's no other coral like it in the world. Elkhorn coral forms these huge, massive barrier reefs on the outside, and they like waves smashing on them. And so if we don't have them taking the brunt of those waves, then your beachfront house is going to take the brunt of those waves.
Niedermeyer recently received permission from the government to plant 50,000 pieces of coral on protected reefs in the Florida Keys. But he needs money to do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private donations. He only has enough money to keep operations running through January.
I'm not ready to quit. We have a lot to do, and we're confident that we'll find, some way, somehow to make it happen.
Niedermeyer plans to go global, restoring not only Florida's lost coral, but saving coral around the world, a small piece at a time.
Okay, so let's correct the exercise. Number 2, what will happen if the coral reefs die? Anyone? Number 2? Number 2? What is the answer? Anyone? Number 2? What did you hear? Yes, correct. This will hurt tourism. All right, some tip. So you should try to catch the word if coral reefs die, and then you can hear tourism collapse. All right, that's why you choose A. Number 3, how do scientists grow new coral? What is the answer for number 3? Anyone? Number 3? So bad.
Number C, they cut off pieces of coral.
Yes, number 3 is C. They cut off pieces of other coral. Correct. Number 4. What's this one benefit of coral? Anyone? Number 4? Sorry? Can you repeat? For A, is that correct answer? Anyone? Number 4?
Yeah, it protects beach.
All right, it protects beaches. The C. Number 4, C. Number 5, what is one thing Niedermeyer needs now?
Number 5A.
Yes, A, correct, money. Right, so when you listen, before you listen, you should always look at the questions and find out the key words or the key meaning that you need to look for during the listening. For example, for the number 4, have to listen to the benefit of coral. Of course, in the listening, they didn't say benefit at all. So you couldn't hear the word benefit in the listening. However, you should understand the word, what does it mean for benefit, and then you can listen to the explanation in the video, and you can choose the correct one. It's like you heard beaches and houses. All right. Let's move to the next one. Learning skill. Yes, listening for specific information. So in a lecture, presentation, or broadcast, the main idea usually followed by specific information. This can be details such as names, numbers, dates, and places or reasons, explanations, or examples. Here are some signal words that signal specific information. So for numbers, you can hear some word like percent, year. For names of people or groups, you can hear name, code, examples. For example, for instance, like such as reasons, because, cause, due to, because of, places like cause of, city of, state of, near, in, on. Right, so we will watch the video again and complete the sentences with the information you hear. You can see that we have 7 sentences need to be complete. So we will fill in. So this time we have to listen to the details. So please use the knowledge, apply the knowledge that we learned. Thì ở phần này mình sẽ học về cách nghe những cái thông tin chi tiết. Một số thông chi tiết mà mình cần nghe như là về số, về tên của một người hoặc là của một tổ chức nào đó. Ví dụ, lý do, nơi chốn. Thì một số cái signal words, một số cái dấu hiệu, những từ dấu hiệu để cho các bạn biết cái từ mà mình phải nghe. Đó là ví dụ ở trong số, nghe số thì thường sẽ có phần trăm hoặc là 5. Về tên người mình sẽ có từ như là tên hoặc là được gọi là example thì sẽ có là for example, for instance ha. Lý do thì sẽ có vì sao, rồi places. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ làm cái bài tập A ha, apply A. On page 101. Let's watch the video again.
A new report this week says climate change could damage 70% of the world's coral by the year 2030. It's a problem here in Florida. So we sent Elaine Quijano to meet a man who has pieced together a way to save the reefs.
Marine biologist Ken Niedermeyer sounds like a proud parent when he talks about coral, the tiny organisms living on limestone that he's growing off the coast of Florida.
Especially when they start getting big and they're spawning and there's fish living inside them. I get real excited. I think that's great. I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 5 more years.
Over the last decade, Niedermeyer and a small team have developed new techniques to grow and replace coral damaged by environmental changes. We dove 30 feet below the surface with him to see how he does it.
I think it's doing better than you thought they would when you first started the project.
They're doing a lot better than I thought they would. If you look down there, all those have been in the last 2 years. There's a lot of coral there.
When you look at this, what do you see?
I see hope.
Because of disease, pollution, and warming ocean temperatures, coral coverage in Florida has decreased from about 50% 30 years ago to 7% today.
What happens if the reefs die off here?
The tourism collapses, the whole economy of the Florida Keys changes, and the whole ecosystem just degrades.
Niedermeyer's solution is to remove pieces from healthy coral
So every 6 months, we cut the ends off and plant them down there.
Then, using a waterproof adhesive, he mounts them onto concrete slabs or hooks, where they grow until they are ready for transplant.
We're starting to transplant elkhorn coral out to the reef, which is a real exciting coral. There's no other coral like it in the world. Elkhorn coral forms these huge, massive barrier reefs on the outside, and they like waves smashing on them. And so if we don't have them taking the brunt of those waves, then your beachfront house is going to take the brunt of those waves.
Niedermeyer recently received permission from the government to plant 50,000 pieces of coral on protected reefs in the Florida Keys. But he needs money to do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private donations. He only has enough money to keep operations running through January.
I'm not ready to quit. We have a lot to do, and we're confident that we'll find, some way, somehow to make it happen.
Niedermeyer plans to go global, restoring not only Florida's lost coral, but saving coral around the world, a small piece at a time.
All right, let's correct the exercise. Apply A, number 1. Number 1, anyone? Number 1, who can do number 1?
Em nghe được một nửa.
Hả?
Em nghe được có một nửa.
Em nghe được cái gì?
Em nghe được Clean more change good damage 70% of the world coral.
Nó nói lớn lớn lên em, cái mic nó hơi xa, không có nghe được em.
Dạ, là clean more change good damage 70%.
Bao nhiêu percent? Bao nhiêu percent?
70%.
Đúng rồi, 70%. Rồi gì nữa?
Khúc sau em nghe không được.
Ok, so bạn nào giúp bạn ha? Bạn nghe được khúc đầu rồi đó, là climate change could damage 70% of the world's coral by the year
2030.
Yes, correct. 2030. Perfect. Okay, next one, number 2. Sorry again.
Florida.
Yes, correct. Florida. Number 3.
Pollution and 50%. And cái cuối cùng em nghe được.
Okay. Rồi, mình nghe được pollution 50%. Correct nhé. Mình chỉ còn
20%.
Cái cuối cùng em nghe được là gì?
20%.
20% hả? Các bạn nào nghe được khác không?
7%.
Đúng rồi, 7% nha. Okay. So, number 3, pollutions, 50% and 7%. Number 4.
Every 6 months.
Yes, correct. 6 months. Number 5.
Government.
Yes, correct. Bao nhiêu?
50,000 pieces.
Yes, correct. 50,000 pieces. Okay, right. Number 6.
Number 6 là money and January.
Okay.
Money and January.
That is not. I'm asking number 6. His roof is cold. Ai nghe được tên của nhóm? Number 6. Anyone? Number 6. Number 6, anyone?
Không nghe được khúc đó cô.
Không nghe được tên ha. Rồi number 7. Number 7, lúc nãy có bạn nào trả lời lại cô ấy.
Monday and January.
Correct. So he only has enough money to keep operation running through January, right? So number 6, anyone can hear? What is the name of his group? Coral, and what else? Coral reef, and then foundation, all right? We missing some word here. So coral is correct, foundation is correct. The middle word is missing. Và tên của cái nhóm của ổng có ba chữ ha, bạn nghe được chữ đầu chữ cuối rồi ha, còn cái chữ ở giữa nữa thôi. Bạn nghe được coral đúng rồi, foundation đúng rồi, còn một cái chữ ở giữa nữa. Các bạn nào nghe được không?
Coral reef.
Rồi, không phải reef. Các bạn nghe được chữ đầu đó, chữ rì.
Research phải không? Research gì phải không cô?
Cái gì? Em nói gì đó lại?
Chữ research phải không cô?
Restart hả? Không phải restart. Rì gì đó, nhưng mà không phải start. Okay, let's listen again.
A new report this week says climate change could damage 70% of the world's coral by the year 2030. It's a problem here in Florida. So we sent Elaine Quijano to meet a man who has pieced together a way to save the reefs.
Marine biologist Ken Niedermeyer sounds like a proud parent when he talks about coral, the tiny organisms living on limestone that he's growing off the coast of Florida.
Especially when they start getting big and they're spawning and there's fish living inside them. I get real excited. I think that's great. I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 5 more years.
Over the last decade, Niedermeyer and a small team have developed new techniques to grow and replace coral damaged by environmental changes. We dove 30 feet below the surface with him to see how he does it.
I think it's doing better than you thought they would when you first started the project.
They're doing a lot better than I thought they would. If you look down there, all those have been in the last 2 years. There's a lot of coral there.
When you look at this, what do you see?
I see hope.
Because of disease, pollution, and warming ocean temperatures, coral coverage in Florida has decreased from about 50% 30 years ago to 7% today.
What happens if the reefs die off here?
The tourism collapses, the whole economy of the Florida Keys changes and the whole ecosystem just degrades.
Niedermeyer's solution is to remove pieces from healthy coral.
So every 6 months we cut the ends off and plant them down there.
Then, using a waterproof adhesive, he mounts them onto concrete slabs or hooks, where they grow until they are ready for transplant.
We're starting to transplant elkhorn coral out to the reef, which is a real exciting coral. There's no other coral like it in the world. Elkhorn coral forms these huge, massive barrier reefs on the outside, and they like waves smashing on them. And so if we don't have them taking the brunt of those waves, then your beachfront house is going to take the brunt of those waves.
Niedermeyer recently received permission from the government to plant 50,000 pieces of coral on protected reefs in the Florida Keys. But he needs money to do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private donations. He only has enough money to keep operations running through.
Rồi, mình mới vừa nghe qua tên của nhóm. Nghe lại ha.
Do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private.
Ai nghe được không?
It's Coral Restoration Foundation.
Yes, correct. Coral Restoration Foundation. Perfect. Các bạn khác mình có nghe được không? Có nghe được cái từ đó không? Hơi khó nghe đúng không? Mình nghe lại thử.
Nghe được cô.
Reefs in the Florida Keys, but he needs money to do that. His group, the Coral Restoration Foundation, relies mostly on private donations. He only
Rồi. Có một cái trick khá là vui, đó là tên của nhóm này được viết trên áo của ổng và đã được xem rất là rõ ở ngay đầu video nếu mà mấy bạn watch thôi. Có lợi là mình coi video cho nên mình sẽ coi được. Đây, rất rõ. Nhưng mà mình có thể nghe nói phần nghe, tại vì mình đang làm bài nghe cho nên mình sẽ nghe được luôn khúc sau mình sẽ nhắc tên. Right. All right, so let's move to next page, 102. Let's do the exercise A and B, then we will correct the exercise together. Right, let's correct the exercise A together. So we will fill in a word that has an opposite meaning with the other word. So consist is has opposite meaning with the empty of. So number 2, what should we fill in here? What is the opposite meaning with collect and keep? Anyone?
Distribute.
Okay, correct. Distribute. Number 3. Opposite with take away is
Contribute.
yes, contribute. Number 4. Opposite with most.
Maximum.
Minimal. Yes. Number 5.
Annual.
Yes, annual. Number 6. Make smaller.
Maximize.
Maximize.
Maximize. Correct. Thank you. Moving to exercise B. Okay. Number 2. Please read the whole sentence from the beginning until an amazing vacation. Number 2. Right now. Somebody. Anyone? Number 2, anyone? Somebody.
Maximize.
Maximize hả? Number 2 is not maximize. Maximize là verb ha. Đây là noun. Theo sau chữ with chấm about. Thì sau cái chữ thì là noun hoặc adjective. Tại vì nó đứng trước chữ amount of work.
I think annual, right, Miss?
It's not annual. Nếu mà là annual thì ở đây nó sẽ phải start with an annual ha. Ví dụ vậy, nếu mà bạn chậm lại bạn consider lại thì sẽ thấy là nó không đúng. Vậy thì mình sẽ chọn cái gì?
Minimal.
Yes, correct. A minimal amount of work. Correct. Rồi, number 3. Number 3.
Contribute.
It's not contribute. Not contribute.
It's maximized.
Yes, correct. You can maximize the fun. Right, number 4.
Contribute.
Yes, correct. Contribute. Number 5.
Distribute.
Yeah, correct. Distribute. Number 6. Renewal. Yes, renewal. Okay, right, thank you. Let's finish the lesson today here. We'll continue unit 9 next week, unit 10, our last unit, and then we will have state holiday, yay, and then after that we will have 3 more lessons, 2 more review lessons, and then we have the final exam. Alright. Cảm ơn mọi người hôm nay đã dự lớp ha. Bây giờ cô hỏi lại điểm danh nha, có ai lúc nãy chưa được gọi tên?
Dạ có em cô ơi. Dạ Nguyễn Thị Bích Phượng cô.
Ai nữa?
Dạ Thị Bích Hằng nữa cô.
Rồi, ai nữa không?
Dạ em Lâm Quang Duy nữa cô ơi.
Lâm Quang Duy.
Dạ.
Hết chưa ta? Đúng rồi không? Rồi các nhóm còn các nhóm mẹ thuyết trình đó mình nhớ gửi bài lên cho cô nha, lên trên rất là nãy giờ cô mới thấy có mấy nhóm là có 3-4 nhóm gửi thôi, chưa có đủ nha.